Good morning guys, how are you? I'm just getting ready for work. I just had a shower. I'm doing a little bit of skincare quickly. What I like to do when I have like inflamed pimples like that is I'll just take a little bit of tea tree oil and then I just dab that onto the little pimple because it kind of helps like reduce the inflammation so that it's not so painful, and then it also kind of dries it out, which I like. So I'm also doing a night stop in East London today. I'm getting ready while like packing my skincare oil. And then you guys know my absolute favorite sunscreen is this one from Eucerin. It is the dry touch one because I have oily skin. And this doesn't leave my skin with that like weird oily like white sheen that most sunscreens have. Like most sunscreens, this would be what I would look like after rubbing it in viciously for a long time. And it is SPF 50, which is the absolute minimum SPF that I'll use. Don't let anyone fool you. Men's deodorant for your armpits is the way to go. Either that or Mitchum, the solid Mitchum. Especially if you want to make sure that you smell nice the whole day. I'm also just checking that I have everything. I have toothpaste. I think I need to refill my little travel body wash. I just have this like little small thing, but obviously we have a giant one here, so instead of constantly buying travel size body wash and all of that, I usually just use this one to refill. And then I make sure I have a face cloth. I make sure I pack my little makeup removing cloth. I make sure I pack a loofah as well. And I have this little old tub of lotion. So I need to also fill that up with some more lotion from my big container. This is what happens when I am away from work for several days. I do stupid things. Like today, I just realized, literally just before I turned into my workplace head office, I forgot my scarf at home. Like my cabin crew scarf. How dare I do such a thing? I hope that they have spares in the office that I can maybe borrow or something, because honestly it is 20 minutes to 1 and I need to be inside by 1, so I literally don't have an option to turn around and go home. I'm doing the East London night stop tonight and my sign-on for it is actually not until like 5 p.m. I am here now because I have service training starting at 1 o'clock. They've been rolling out like new service procedures here at work and I've been on leave. Today is my first day back on duty. I have to first go ahead and do service training and see what all the changes are before I operate a flight. So we're heading in to do that today. And then like I said, later on we're doing an East London night stop. But definitely first I need to head inside and try to get myself a scarf. Can't believe I just did that. I got a scarf, guys. So happy about that. It's almost 3 p.m. now. We finished the service training about 20 minutes ago. So it was only like an hour and a half, which means I now have about 2 hours to kill before my actual sign-on for my flight tonight. So I'm over here, got some YouTube open on the iPad, gonna watch something. I also picked up these like croissant sandwiches that I'll just have for lunch and just chill. Turns out my pilots did the Vic Falls flight, so they're on the plane waiting for me. So I just got to the airport. I'm about to go join them now at the plane. Okay, we're on the plane. I've met my crew. Both pilots I've never worked with before actually, but they seem great. We've had a lovely chat so long. They were just chilling because they had about 2 hours from the time that they landed to our next departure time. I've just finished my pre-flight checks. I'm currently prepping my galley so that as soon as we take off, I can get stuck into the service. We're expecting 21 passengers, but we'll see if anything changes. And our flying time should be about an hour 20. We'll see. Hey guys, I've been in my hotel room now for just over an hour. I just jumped in the shower. I had a sandwich for dinner, you know, simple life things. Today's flight was really good though. The passengers were fantastic. They were so nice, so easy. We ended up having 22 passengers. We tried to be on time, but they only brought the passengers at 20 past 5 and our departure time was supposed to be 5:30. And so we ended up taking off at 5:40, which is, I mean, it's okay, all things considered. I think because they offloaded 2 passengers, we were originally supposed to have 24 passengers ended up with 22. So I'm assuming the ground staff were like looking for those passengers, calling them, everything, trying their best to get hold of them. And then when they didn't show up, then they just kind of had to offload their luggage and everything and then bring the bus with the 22 passengers that were there. So yeah, I guess that took a bit of time, and then we ended up taking off at 5:40, like I said. Sorry, I don't know why I've just been sitting in like the most unflattering position. Wow, Andy, well done. And I wanted to show you one of my passengers on their way out. After 7 years of flying, no one has ever written me a note. You know, like I'll always get passengers who like give me good feedback on their way off of the plane, but no one has ever written me a note. And so today, when the passengers were disembarking, this one lady handed me like one of our little serviettes, and she had folded it up, and she was like, "This is for you to read later, okay?" And guys, she wrote me such a cute little note. Shall we read it together? Okay. Twist my arm, why don't you? Just a quick brag about me and how amazing I am. But she literally dated it, and she said, "To Andy, my compliments. You're great at what you do. Today we're on the last leg of a 6-flight trip. Out of all of them, the only time we could hear the safety talk clearly was when you did the talk. You have a very professional demeanor and sweet smile. You are polite and kind. I thank you and wish you all the best in the future." And then in brackets, I think your airline is lucky to have you. Kindest regards, and her name is Sandy. And I just thought that was the sweetest thing. Like, it literally probably didn't even take her 2 minutes to write this, but it literally just, it has made my day. It has made my week, in fact. I feel like I tend to expect my first day back after an extended period time off to be like hard, or for there to be delays or something like that, and we didn't have any issues. I think they were also super impressed by our service because we just give so much food. We give so much food. Like, they kept telling me, "Oh my gosh, there's more, and I was like, yeah. I've got to say, it was just like a really nice flight, and I just hope that tomorrow is exactly the same. But crew scheduling added a flight to my pairing tomorrow, so I'm going to fly back to Joburg, and then afterwards I have to do a Hoedspruit turn, so I'm not going to be done until like 2:30, 3 p.m. I'm grateful that I don't have to do a Cape Town turn, because my pilots have a split duty when we land tomorrow, and they have to do a Cape Town turn afterwards. So I'm glad that I'll still be done fairly early in the day. Good morning, guys. It's 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Our pickup is in 45 minutes. So I'm just putting my face on and getting ready. I slept like a log. Like, I passed out. I did take melatonin though, so that helped. My brain was still like all over the place, but I have this Michelle Ori eyebrow mascara stuff. But like, I feel like it doesn't really do much, because you know, you've seen the other beauty people put on their eyebrows and it's like, right? But this one doesn't do much. So I also go in with this NYX thickening brow mascara, because my eyebrows are very thin. So I go in with this one, and this one is also tinted black. That other one is just clear. But I still like to use the other one first, because the other one, just like, I can at least lay my eyebrows the way I want them to be, like the direction I want them to go. And then this will thicken them up. There we go. I'm not about to sit here and talk you guys through my entire makeup routine, because it'll take me an hour and a half to do if I do it that way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put my face on, and I'll check in with you guys probably when I'm back on the plane. It's weirdly really cold today, and apparently there's some pretty bad mist in Joburg. So we'll see if we can make it in there, but we're expecting 26 passengers going back to Joburg now. And yeah, like an hour 10, an hour 20 minutes flying time. I've prepped as much as I can prep. I've done my pre-flight checks. It's a morning flight, so I know that everyone's going to want tea and coffee, so I'm also trying to prep as much as possible with regard to that. I think that when I get to the airport, we should be done around 9 a.m. and my other pilots aren't going to arrive until about 10:30. So I think I'm going to get off and go into the lounge, have a quick breakfast, and get back on the plane at 10 a.m. because I'm staying on this plane, but also because it's a Hoedspruit flight that I'm doing afterwards. Those flights are so short. It's like 33 minutes flying time, which means I have maybe 15 minutes in the air to do the service. So I'll come back early to the plane and make sure that I get as much prepped as possible, so that as soon as we're in the air, I'm just taking out the trolley and getting right into the service, so that I'm not delaying anything and that I can still give our passengers everything that they need. It is 10:15 now. I've been back on the plane for like 20-30 minutes. I'm here by myself. I have new catering, so I'm currently just setting everything up again for the next flight, making sure the aircraft is clean, tidy, good to go for the next flight. I'm just waiting for my crew because I'm pretty sure they're signing on right now. I'm just waiting for them to get to the plane and then we'll get going. But I need to just set up my trolley so that everything is as efficient as possible, because just there's so much to offer people during the service, but very little time. Like, I'm assuming our flying time is about half an hour. In that half an hour I've got like maybe 12-15 minutes to do the actual service, so not a lot of time to give everybody absolutely everything, but I'm gonna do my best. Also, happy Halloween everybody. I got my November roster and I thought I would just kind of breeze through it. Obviously not all the details because privacy, you know. Like on the 1st of November I'm on home reserve. The following day I'm doing a double Cape Town. Oh gosh, it's gonna be such a long day. It's literally a 12-hour duty day from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. I'm off on Sunday, off on Monday, and then the following week I'm working the whole week. I've got like a Cape Town and back, a Kimberley and back, a Bloemfontein Margate, so that's a good mix of the CRJ flights as well as the Dash flights. And then I'm off over the weekend, and then usually when I go to Mozambique it's for maybe 4 nights, 5 days, maximum 6 days. But this time, somewhere in the middle of the month, I'm going to Mozambique and it's going to be for a full 7 days. So from Monday morning until Sunday evening, and it's pretty long days the whole time. And then I come home, I have 1 day off, and then I am on home reserve again the entire day. And then I've just got 2 days of just turns, like a quick turn, a there and back. I've got a Cape Town and back, I've got a Kimberley and back. Couple more days off, and then for the last week of November I've got pretty long days, like a Margate Kimberley 4-leg, a double Cape Town, a Bloemfontein Margate, all of these things. But then I end the month, the last 2 days will be just a Cape Town and back, and then a home reserve day. It's a pretty good roster, I'll say that much. I just realized it's really loud outside, so I'm so sorry if the background noise was hectic. I'll try to reduce the background noise when I edit this. I've already put my bag away and I don't feel like reaching for my microphone right now. But yeah, overall seems like my total flying time for the month of November will be 82 hours and 40 minutes, and then my total duty time will be 120 hours and 45 minutes. That's obviously depending on if I get called out on home reserves and things like that, or if other flights get cancelled and I end up not flying. Things can obviously change, but this is what it's looking like right now. So we've got a nice busy month to look forward to next month. I do hope that December is a little bit easier because I want to try to do Vlogmas this year. I'll see, once I have my roster, I'll decide if I'm going to do Vlogmas every single day or if I'll do like the 12 days kind of thing where I upload every other day. Because obviously if I've got like 4 days of 4 sectors a day, there's not going to be much for me to say here and for me to upload, and I won't have a lot of time to edit and all that stuff. So I don't want to upload like half-assed videos, so I'd rather reduce it to 12 videos if my roster allows it. We will see. We just gotta wait for the roster to come out for December, and then I'll be able to make that decision. But I am very excited for it. Very excited for Vlogmas this year. Very excited for Christmas and everything like that. My other pilots are on their way here, so let me quickly finish up, get ready for the flight properly, so that when they get here we can brief quickly and then we can get going. Oh, also, I'll just say it right now, I'll catch up with you guys when I am in my car after the Hoedspruit flights, because I already know that those flights are going to be super busy, and then my turnaround is going to be really busy. So I'll see you guys when I'm back in my car. Hey guys, we're back. We did it. It's just after 3 now. I got back to the office about half an hour ago or something like that, and then I was just checking in with rostering and stuff and saying hello to some other crew that were there. Now I'm about to leave to go home. The traffic doesn't look like it'll be too bad, so it should be a fairly easy drive home. Today I have some M&Ms for the road. We went to Hoedspruit with 26 passengers and came back with 30 something passengers, I can't remember. But everyone is really nice, everyone is lovely. There was this one guy on the flight going that kept telling me, like, as they were boarding, he was like, do I have to sit next to my wife? And I was like, I think you can power through it for the next, 35-minute long flight, And he was like, oh, okay, if I must. And then when I was busy doing service, I was chatting with him and he was like, oh yeah, no, we've been married for 25 years, which, by the way, this lady looks like she's maybe 29 years old. So it is wild that she's been married for 25 years. That's insane. I want her genetics, please. And then he was like, I've been married for 25 years, which means I have maybe 2 years left in me, because, as Nelson Mandela said, it's been a long walk to freedom. And I was like, no, stop, that is so crazy. And his wife just like takes it, eh? She's just like, no, this man is just the biggest idiot. And I was like, that is hilarious that you guys can just like make fun of each other, but here you are 25 years later. I think it's amazing. Definitely took a couple notes out of their book. And yeah, coming back, everyone was super chill. My crew were chill. My captain was doing an assessment flight on the first officer, so they were like super busy during the flights. So it was more like, just leave them alone and just make sure that they're okay, especially when we're on the ground, and check in with them just before descent. But overall, they were just very like to themselves, busy doing all of the things that they need to do. And especially with Hoedspruit being such short flights, they had a lot on their plates. So it was a very easy flight for me. And then when I was done, the other cabin crew, a new cabin crew came on, and he's going to do a Kimberley flight with the same pilots. But I'm done for the day. It's time for me to go home now. It's time for me to also end this vlog. I feel like I ended up talking a lot. I've only been vlogging for 2 days, but I feel like it's there's been a lot of talking and going off on stupid tangents, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please also subscribe to my channel if you enjoy content like this, and let me know what other kinds of videos you want to see. Do you enjoy these days in my life like this, or do you prefer the longer weekly vlogs? I'll try to mix it up as much as possible. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for spending the last couple of days with me, coming to East London with me, just listening to me go on and on about absolute nonsense in my life, essentially. Have the best rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Please continue being kind and spreading good vibes. Bye guys.
You give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign.